sound very clicky, clicky, clicky. But tonight, I'm gonna focus more on trying to pay attention to it and focus more on my breathing. So, the holidays are approaching very quickly, and I have one of my son's gifts by me on the wall right now that is for him. I find it extremely relaxing to watch. You can see the stars kind of move and go on and go off, and you can change like the different settings. You can change the colors, the colorways. You can have multiple different colors. Just very aesthetically pleasing. Just gonna talk to you a little bit about some of my family's traditions and kind of what our holiday looks like. So for us, when I was younger, we would do all the holidays at my grandma's, and that included Thanksgiving, Christmas, all those kinds of bigger holidays per se. Sometimes we do Mother's Day, but for the most part, it would be Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter. She had a really big kitchen table, like a bench style kitchen table that was so long, and there were benches on each side of the table. The wind howling out. And we would all cram, and my grandma would be on one side of the table and my grandpa would be on the other. And it was just so nice to have everybody together, and we've tried to keep up with tradition. My grandpa's still here, but my grandma's passed now for about 12 years, and we do the best we can and carrying on all of our traditions, but it's not exactly the same, So now what we do, instead of just doing everything at my grandma's, when I was younger we would do Christmas morning at my mom's, and my mom would have over my aunt that's now recently passed. She didn't have any kids, and I was like her kid, She spoiled me so much. She was such an amazing aunt. More than just an aunt to me, she really touched my heart. I'll never forget her. But she would come over Christmas morning, and a couple other people, my grandpa, and my mom would cook this huge breakfast, 7 children now, and they all had children, and I just have a lot of cousins, and honestly, it was so much fun growing up with everybody. But now, what we do is go to my mom's on Christmas Eve. We have a really nice, fancy dinner. She prepares everything. She prepares it. And we do presents with her there on Christmas Eve. And it used to be that my sister and her fiance would come, and her fiance passed away. And if most of you know, my sister is in like a hospital setting now, so unfortunately, she cannot be with us for the holidays anymore. And that is very hard for us, but you know, it is what it is, and we can't change it. And we try not to let it ruin the holiday because she wouldn't want that for us. I just tied my hair back, got it out of my face for a minute, it was bugging me. And we would have my son's godfather come over, which is one of my mom's super close friends. My sister's super close friend, my super close friend. He might as well be family, but he's not, you know. And then a couple of the neighbors that my mom is really close with and does like gift exchange with, so they would come over as well. And, you know, whoever else, if anybody out of town is in from out of town, it would be them. I have a brother as well, but he lives in down south, where I'll be moving within the next year. But yeah, what was I gonna say? So yeah, we do things Christmas Eve there, and then Christmas morning we obviously do here with our child, and it's so much fun to watch him just be so excited, so grateful, and he's such an easy child. Like, he doesn't need much, and he's so thankful for the little things, you know. What else? Then, you know, we hang out here and just kind of relax for a little bit. And then we go to like Chris's family's. So it just kind of depends on the year who's going to be hosting Christmas. But his mom died 2 years ago, right around Christmas, and her birthday is actually today. And ever since, it's been just different and very hard for Chris and his sisters. He has two sisters. And it's just been really hard on them since she's passed. They kind of don't even want to do the traditions anymore without her, you know. But this year, I don't think we're doing like as big as a get together because of COVID, you know. But we'll have something very little doesn't need a lot at all. He's very